I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journo here at the National Stadium in Reykjavik ahead of the Icelandic Cup Final between Fram and the Grindavik Gags. Now we are joined by King Gag himself, Aussie Villain. And Aussie, mate, how many will you win by tonight? Oh no, Chazzy, my boy, we're not thinking like that, mate. We've got to go out there, we've got to work hard, respect our opposition, and we should win by 4 or 5, I reckon.
Saman til sigurstrókum áfram Grindavik og ég veit við fagnum gerir dag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Cup Final Day in Iceland. Today we are going to be facing Fram in that Cup Final, and then we've got the Slovakian opposition for a spot in the Champions League phase, the first leg of that one. So we should be looking for a win in both these games, hopefully. But before we get to that, we do have a new generation of Gags that has arrived, our youth intake, of course. And for the second year in a row, it's not a great one. You can see it's rated a poor intake, although it's not really showing that too clearly. And there's not a great deal that is coming through. So yeah, we haven't had the trial game yet, I don't believe. But I mean, even if we do, I mean, we're looking at a couple here that are the top prospects. Now, to be completely fair, a 2.5 star player is not a terrible player. Someone like, I think, Turpinson is a 2.5 star player, and we know that they're very good at domestic level, so it's not necessarily a be-all and end-all. This guy might be the one, though he's physically lacking a little bit, but yeah, maybe as an inside forward or potentially a striker, he might work out. But yeah, there's not a great deal that's come through, so, and there's a lot of unambitious as well, which is disappointing. So I don't know if maybe we look to improve the head of youth development, see if maybe they can do a little bit better. But yeah, there wasn't a great deal coming through, and I mean these are the better players. They only get worse from there. So yeah, not too much looking forward to on this particular intake of players, but we'll hope better for the next one, won't we? So let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here in the Cup Final. We haven't missed anything since last episode. We've come straight back more or less after we beat FC Ball, and a 4-2-3-1 is what we're expecting out of them. And the team that we are sending out is Rafason in goal. It's Kolla, Mortensen, Unnesen, and Severson as the back four. It's Gisarasen, Turpinson, and Ormarksen as the midfield. It is Dagbajartsen, it is Jofferson, it is Neil Baltensen back fit up front. Not Matt Sharp, but he should still be more than good enough to get the result here. And well, we can see the bench there as well. Some very good players in those positions. Now, one other thing I just wanted to quickly draw our attention to, just while we're here, is we have a wonder kid. Higuain is a wonder kid. So he's a Manchester City player. He's valued far too much for us to purchase. But he wasn't a wonder kid when he got here. He's one now. And so I think we can take a little bit of credit for that. I really hope we can keep him. Just keep signing him back on loan for nothing. Let's not forget, we're not paying anything for Higuain. It's the bargain of the century. But anyway, our first wonder kid of the series, which is exciting. Okay, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognise any former players of ours in there? I don't think so. So let's go. What do we say to this? I think it is just a stick to the game plan. We will be fine. We've got an aggressive handsy Mortensen. He's now looking inspired. So that is all looking good. We just need to go out there now and put in the performance. Alright, and here we go for the Cup Final. Now, the transfer window is, of course, still opened. We have been getting some bids still for Albert Jonsson, and they're getting bigger. We're sort of getting up towards and over the top of the 2 million mark now. So, I mean, that is more what he's worth. He's worth even more than that, I would say. But I still don't want to sell him. And we're going to do our very, very best not to sell him. He is on a longer-term contract, so we're not under any pressure on that front to have to sell him either. So that is all good news. But the game is now underway, and Fram are surprisingly dominating possession early on here, which is not ideal. Here we go. We've got a highlight, Unnesen. Cross there for Gisarasen, Ormarksen. Nice ball, look at that. Splits the defence. It's ball in there for Baltensen, who puts it straight into the goalkeeper's chest. Oh, you wonder. They didn't really. The goalkeeper probably did well. He was out quickly and didn't really give Baltensen much of a chance to hit the ball anywhere other than that. Here we go again with Baltensen, though. Can he pull it back? He goes for Jofferson, for Ormarksen, back for Kolla. Oh, he's clipped the crossbar. But signs that we are just starting to get on top of this one. Dominating, well, not dominating possession, but certainly it's come back into our favour now. 55-56%. Yeah. You get the feeling, though, that we might just need a goal, and we certainly don't want to fall behind here. Or Markson, can he win that back? No. Come on, boys. Come on. Or Markson putting good pressure on. Can't quite force the mistake. Mortensen wins the header. Severson down there for Baltensen. But a good attacking header there from their centre-back as one-back. Severson is out of position there now. But, oh, Dagbajatsen wins it back. All Markson on the break for Baltensen. Here comes Jofferson. Jofferson is in. Jofferson! Oh, it's off the line. Oh, no, it was the post, was it? I think it was the defender. But anyway, either way, Jofferson a little bit unlucky there. We've had the better chances. Can we now get a goal late in this first half? Unnesen. All the way back we go to Rafferson. Don't mind the patient play. We've just got to pick them apart here, boys. Come on. There's a good ball there again for Baltensen. Baltensen is in again. Baltensen can't beat the goalkeeper again. Let's try a demand more late in the half here. Dagbajatsen. Oh, cleared away by the defender. You just get the feeling we're right on top here. We need to make this count. Dagbajatsen, was he onside? He's got a long way. Dagbajatsen on his left foot. And that shows why he is playing as winger on the right side. So there we go. 10 shots, 2 on target, and it is 0-0 at the break. I think we just don't get frustrated. We've been a little bit unlucky. We've been doing all of the right things except sticking the ball in the back of the net. So if we do that again, we should be fine. They haven't really threatened us. They've had 2 shots, none on target. We'll try and encourage. You do definitely get the feeling, though, this is a game that we do not want to fall behind in. We might just be maybe not mentally quite at it in this one just yet. I think the next shot, we'll give them some encouragement early in the half, but the next one will be a little bit more aggressive. Collar picks up a loose ball. Jofferson looking for Baltensen. Baltensen brings it down nicely. Dagbajatsen now. Baltensen's in the box. Can he find him? He plays it in there. It's a little bit of a ricochet. But Neil Baltensen opens the scoring in the final in the 55th minute. It is 1-0, I should say. His 26th of the season. Baltensen on the chest. Out there to Dagbajatsen. And he did really well, didn't he? He picked him out of a crowd. And we didn't really. The defender just sort of backheeled it straight into him. So we're being a little bit kind there to Dagbajatsen. The defender really is the hero there, isn't he? Beautiful little back heel straight into the path of Baltensen, who made no mistake. Can we go and now get a second one? Markson flicks it on for Baltensen. Baltensen does really well to keep possession. Sets us free again. Can Dagbajatsen play in? Baltensen, he's waited too long, hasn't he? There it is there, and Baltensen, he's just not quite on, is he? I mean, he's not Matt Sharp, so you wouldn't expect him to be completely on. But, yeah, just ever so slightly off his game. But he does have the decisive goal as things stand. Markson again gets it wide for Jofferson. Jofferson, we've got Baltensen in the middle again. Collar, it's back there for Turpinson! And that would have been a cracker. But high, wide, and into the fans. Another highlight. You get the feeling that, I mean, you wouldn't put 4 or 5 past this yet. But equally, we need to get the second one first. There's a good ball. Turpinson has cracked the crossbar in 2, and it's stayed out. We need this goal, don't we? We've dominated this game. But still, it hangs in the balance. Let's give it a focus. That hasn't really worked, if we're honest. But we are coming into stoppage time, and in the 88th minute, we have a highlight. Mortensen gets it wide. Nice one for Jofferson in there. Good touch for Markson. Markson for Turpinson. And Turpinson in the 89th minute has sealed the final for us. It's a really good goal. It's a really good finish. It was Markson and Turpinson combining the 2 old hands of the Gags. And look at that. Wonderful pass. Wonderful run. Good first touch. And the second touch wasn't bad either, was it? That's a great goal. And that will be the one that wins it for us. 2-0 it is, and that will be the way it finishes, I imagine, unless we really want to push for a third. But no, 2-0 is absolutely fine. You love to see that, and here we go. Who's the captain today? I can't see a number there. Number 8. That's Markson, I think, is number 8 today. So Markson is the captain. Set up the second goal that sealed it for us. And we will lift the trophy for the second time in a row. Our academy players doing us very, very proud again this season. And, well, We are just the kings of Iceland right now, aren't we? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So you deserved it, celebrate it. I mean, I've got to be a little bit careful because we do have a European tie up next, but only really Baltinson's in line to play in that one and Rafferson, so I guess these guys can go out and celebrate. So Grindavik lift the Icelandic Cup. We're going to go with that because I can't say that other one. So 10 grand we get for winning it. It's a famous treble. That doesn't include the league yet, does it? I don't think we've won the league as of yet. We've won the league. No, so we've won the League Cup, the Charity Shield, and the Icelandic Cup. So it's a Jose Mourinho treble, that one, isn't it? So we've won that, which is good. We have a legend. Was that talking about me again? Oh, guys, please. And yeah, it's not the second time in a row. It's the second time in 3 years. We didn't win it last year, so I apologise for building us up a little bit too much there. Dagbajartsen did well in the end. I think giving him that assist is a little bit generous, like I say, but that's okay. We're getting looked at. Some Icelandic potential internationals in, well, look at this. Rafferson, Mortensen, Unnarsson, Turpinson, Olmarksen, Gisarasen, Baltinson and Jofferson. So pretty much the gags are being looked at. That gives us, of course, European football guaranteed now for next season, but we will hope to do much, much better than the Europa League, of course. But guys, that is that. There's the review of the season. Wait right there, and we will be back to hopefully put one leg into the Champions League group stage as we face our Slovakian team opponent, who I cannot pronounce. Okay, welcome back. Now, for some reason, Baltinson is unhappy that we rejected bids from Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid for him. So I can't imagine why that's an issue. But I'll tell you what, 40% of a potential sell-on from Real Madrid, though, is very tempting, isn't it? Because they would make a hefty profit on him. But I don't want to sell him, so that's all beside the point. But yeah, so that's not ideal. He's unhappy now as well. Add him to the long list of players. But this is what we're here for right now. Spartak Trnava. Trnava, something along those lines. Anyway, that's who we're playing. We're at home for the first leg, so we would really like to put it to bed in that first leg. It's a 4-2-3-1 that the scouts are expecting from them, and this is the team we're sending out. We're not mucking around. We're sending out our best team. So Rafferson in goal, Tom Jones, Christensen, who is registered in the squad now. He comes in to play centre-back, a reminder of him on loan. We do have an option to buy. I think it's mandatory if we plays 25 games. I'd like to keep him, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. Degen and Juleson are the rest of the back four. Jonsson, Wamberto, and Bakali in midfield. It's Kosh, the Wonder Kid Higuain, and Alaku is going to be the striker for this one. And a very strong bench, which features the likes of Antonio, Mashalek, Nellam, Palacios, Gadini, and Baltinson. That is, and Depe as well on the bench. I mean, it's just such a deep squad that we have. It's brilliant. All right, these are the team sheets. Do we recognise anybody there? I don't think so. No, we were looking at, we were scouting one of their right back, I think, wasn't it? So we'll get a good look at him close up, see what he's like. I think, do we stick to the game plan here, or do we just, there's no pressure on us, let's play without that hefty weight on our shoulders of potential Champions League football? And here we go. First leg, playoff, qualifying playoff, and, well, we've got a wonder kid, a promising winger, and just some very good players. You'd like to think this should be a tie, and certainly that was the gist of the comments in the chat on Discord, was that this should be a game that we have no problems in. They can sometimes be difficult. We saw against Fram, that was a game that should have been no problem, but we made a little bit of hard work of it. We've beaten teams, I'd say, of this caliber 6, 7, 8 at home before. If we can do that, then that would be brilliant. We don't need to show the second leg, and we can just get straight into the Champions League proper next episode. The league is just a bit of a runaway thing for us. We've played 4 less games than the rest of the league, and we are still top. Christensen! I thought that was going in. Yeah, I think we're still top by like 6 or 7 points with 4 games in hand, so we don't even need to worry about the league. We can just crown ourselves champions now. And, yeah, and just get on with life, really. But the issue we're going to have potentially is, again, unhappy players. This team we have now is it. This is the team we're going to have to the end of our Champions League run, whenever that may come, because we're not going to be able to sign anybody now until February 22nd, at which point the Champions League registration window is closed anyway. So this is, yeah, this is the team. We obviously, therefore, do not want to sell anybody in that team. Alaku has given us the lead. It was a good cross in from Tom Jones. And Alaku, a very, very, he's just stretching out his shoulder there. Just a very, very nice header indeed. It was a good ball through from Jonsson to find Jones. Got in behind our right back that we're looking at. Maybe not covering himself in glory. But I tell you what about the header from Alaku? That is very, very impressive indeed. And we've got ourselves, as I say, the lead, which is excellent. Yeah, I mean, at what point do we sort of say the second leg isn't required to be shown? It would be a next episode thing anyway, when Berto gets it wide there for Kosh. I'd say if we can put 4 past them, that's probably enough, isn't it? We don't need to worry about the second leg at that point. Julison has a go, but it's away. Tom Jones for Higuain! And he sends it into the Slovakian fans. They've got 2 bookings as well, which I'm imagining is not ideal for them. Our scouts actually got the formation pretty right, didn't they? Considering, oh, and with Kosh is injured. Well, let's hope that is not serious, because he has looked very, very good indeed. Palacios can go and play out there. That's not a problem. But here we go. Alaku with a free kick. Palacios comes in, gets in his way. Palacios is there. Palacios is there. It's a 6th of the season, and well, he's run off the bench. Distracted Alaku, who was into the post, or the goalkeeper. And then Palacios on his toes. Goalkeeper's made a decent save, and Palacios is just there. Excellent. How long has he been on the field for? I wonder if that was literally him running on the field. It may well have been, you know, because the injury was in the 35th minute. We scored in the 36th. So I dare say the free kick was for the foul that injured Kosh. He has just run on the field and then scored. Oh, Alaku's in. Alaku past the goalkeeper, rolls it in. Is he onside? The referee's heading back to halfway, so I'm going to say he is, and it is 3-0. And that is a very, very nice lead to have in the 38th minute of a game of football. It is Bakali with the pass, almost perfectly weighted, maybe ever so slightly overhit, but Alaku was able to do enough. And well, if it wasn't going to be a foul and a penalty, it was a tap-in. Excellent work. All right. Do we want to, if we can give game time to anybody, actually, Jose Antonio is just coming back from injury, so he would be one that would be a decent option. We could put him in for Jonsson, maybe give them a half each. Not that Jonsson's playing badly. Jonsson is, I mean, we had a bid come in of up to, I think it was with add-ons, 3.2 million, when Berto almost winning it back as well. Yeah, so, again, we don't want to sell him. And he's not one, if he was one of the players that we signed as from an Icelandic team, here we go with Higuain, it's a little bit overhit. Palacios will keep it in the danger zone though, back post, Higuain, and it's Alaku again, and he's got a hat-trick, a first half hat-trick. It is 4-0, and we're not at half-time yet. Excellent stuff. Yes, I was saying with Jonsson, he was one of the guys that we'd signed with from the fellow Ice, because we've got him from FH, of course, but he'd already left FH at that point. I think I should double check that, but I'm fairly certain he was a free transfer, and we signed him as a free transfer rather than from FH directly, which means that if we sell him on, that we weren't able to give them a 50% sell on, because that would change my thinking if that was the case. But yeah, I think he was the one that had already left, and there was nothing that I could do to sort of help FH along, and up until that point he had not wanted to join us. I don't understand why Alaku is lacking in confidence, or has lost confidence, because he's got a hat-trick. But anyway, we've won him back around with a bit of a Aussie villain team talk, and we've got another corner here. Palacios, ball in. Oh, it's rattled the crossbar. I tell you what, they make the crossbars strong in Iceland, don't they? We have absolutely smacked it there, and Turpitson did it in the cup final as well. All right. Look at that, 2 goals in a sort of was that a 5-minute gap there. All right, is this a little bit of defending for us to do now? I've got Turpitson on the brain today for some reason. Palacios. Can he get that away? Berto can't do it, and they have one back. It is 4-1. Of course, no away goals, so that's not an issue in that sense. But, yeah, we've maybe just clocked off a little bit there. Nice turn. Christensen has sort of been sold up the river. Not much Rafferson could do about it. And we find ourselves pegged back by 1. Kick-off highlight. Berto. Have they just angered the beast? It's through for Alaku! Oh, and they have just angered the beast. And it is his 4th goal. It is 5-1. And what a response that is. From the kick-off, and almost instant as well. It's almost a 1-2, isn't it? But when Berto just waited for Alaku to get up there, played the perfect pass, and Alaku just the perfect finish. Excellent work. 16.5 million, what a bargain. All right. Now I said I wanted to give Jose Antonio a little bit of game time, didn't I? So let's do that. Johnson's on a booking as well, so that all just kind of works out for us. And is there anything else we need to do? Not necessarily, I'd say. And we're a little bit too late in the game now anyway for it to help in terms of player development. So 5-1. Can we add a sixth? That would almost mean reserves could go out in the second leg, wouldn't it? It's a wonderful header from Christensen, who gets his first for the club. And it was just magnificent, wasn't it? As far as attacking a corner from a header from a corner goes, it was almost perfect. There he is there, just makes the run, and it's a wonderful, wonderful header. So it is 6-1 in the 86th minute. Is there time for 7th heaven? We will find out in the next few minutes, won't we? We're into stoppage time now. Clock is ticking down, and that will do it. 6-1. A little bit of a blemish conceding the goal, but outside of that, just a very, very good performance. Now, of course, Kosh's injury is the concern up to 2 months. That's a hell of a hamstring sprain. So that's a bit of a blow. Try not to worry about it, mate. Just get yourself fit. Palacios, mate, you might be back in the good books. That is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Hopefully it's more towards the 5 weeks. We do have good physios, so hopefully we're sort of looking more towards the 5 week side of things. But yeah, that's a bit of a kick in the backside, that one. Anyway, that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't really see a need to come back for the second leg, having won the first one 6-1. So what we'll do is we will come back for the first Champions League game. I will post the fixtures that we get up on the Discord if you want to go. There's a link to that in the description if you're not already there. And yeah, that will be exciting. So we'll come back for the first game in the Champions League, and we'll see what's around it. The league, if I don't think I showed you, did I, the Pepsi League? But you can kind of see it here. It's not behind my head, is it? Yeah, we've got 4 games in hand, and we're 9 points clear. There's no need to worry about it. We're going to win the title. All right, guys, I'll see you for the next one. Take care.